Each and every time, saber-toothed tigers manage to captivate our imaginations. They are a prime illustration of how terrible teeth can become despite the fact that they are no longer around. However, the hazards of severe dentition are not exclusive to the past, as we will see in the following section. In this list, we will examine the teeth that are the most terrifying, peculiar, and disturbing that you could possibly hope to escape coming into contact with. Number 10. Babirusa. Certain animals are so peculiar and unsettling that we start to wonder how evolution was able to produce such creatures. There are 4 different species of Babirusa, and each of them possesses extremely odd weaponry that they use to carry out aggressive endeavors. Not only do these deer pigs have enormous lower canines that curve fang-like over the upper jaw, but their top canines also come in backwards, coupling with the lower tusks and curving back towards the head. These deer pigs are also native to Indonesia. The males engage in intense mating disputes, during which they slash each other with their sabers. Despite the fact that they are effective in combat because of their upward tendency, if the Babirusa is unable to grind them down, they may grow into the skull of the animal, which would result in lethal consequences. Number 9. Saber-toothed deer. That's the saber-toothed deer. Because the idea is so peculiar and disturbing, one would be inclined to dismiss it as a work of fantasy. In fact, a number of ungulate species that are endemic to Eurasia and are referred to as musk deer have enormous fangs that originate from outgrowths of the canine teeth. There are many inches of fangs that protrude beyond the musk deer's lower jaw. Unlike the notorious cats of the ancient past, musk deer engage in combat with rival males using their canine sabers, sinking them into each other during mating fights. This is in contrast to the behavior of cats. Genuine deer, classified as cervids, are genetically distinct from this group of animals. Number 8. Payara. While the saber-toothed tiger was still wandering around on land, the fearsome Payara was developing exactly the same weaponry for dominating the rivers, but in the opposite direction. Payara are able to grow to lengths of more than 4 feet (1.2 meters), and they move through the waters of the Amazon. They use their fangs, which are between 3 and 4 inches long, to pierce the vital organs of their prey. The Payara's enormous jaws envelop the beleaguered victim as it descends towards the bottom of the pool. Unlike most saber-toothed creatures, this particular species completely confines its fangs within its mouth, sliding into 2 openings in the upper jaw. The terrifying appearance and potential threat of the vampire Characing can chill even the most experienced fishermen. Number 7. Goosander. When you're feeding ducks at the pond, you might not want to lend your hand to members of this uncommon species of waterfowl, even if the goosander appears to be a conventional waterfowl at first glance. Rivers, estuaries, and park lakes across Eurasia, Canada, and the United States of America are home to the goosander, the largest of the sawbills belonging to the genus Mergus. It has more than 150 razor-sharp teeth that are bent backward and extend from its beak. These teeth are capable of slicing through the body of fish like a hot knife in butter. A bird that has teeth is always going to be an aberration. However, what is even more eerie is the fact that this dinosaurian devil duck may at times see up small creatures and even other birds as if it were some kind of waterhawk. Number 6. Dromedary camel. It is imperative that you never allow the fact that an animal is an herbivore to lead you to believe that it does not represent any threat to your safety. There are still some plant eaters with particularly vicious canine teeth. Consider, for example, the well-known and seemingly uninterested dromedary camel from the past. Despite its long history as a pack animal and grazer, the remarkable teeth hidden behind its thick lips reach a length of more than 3 inches (7.5 centimeters). It is easy to understand how camels with a desire for vengeance have been responsible for the deaths of their owners, sometimes while they were sleeping, because their jaws are so enormous and their teeth are so keen. It is not beyond their capabilities to crush a human skull. There is a possibility that fatal bites, like the one that was recently recorded in China, could take place during the mating season, when the animals are more protective and territorial. Number 5. Helicopteran. This is the only species on the list that has gone extinct. For example, the helicopteran was a shark that was 20 feet 6 meters in length and used its gigantic fangs in a way that was unlike any other living creature known to exist. Using a mechanism that was attached to a circular muscle, the shark's mouth equipment would shoot out and shred prey into pieces that were small enough to be eaten, much like a chainsaw. For many years, experts were under the impression that the shark's peculiar dentition was not what it appeared to be. However, researchers eventually uncovered the strange and terrifying reality. In order to ensure that the prey was ripped to pieces at a rapid pace, the teeth, which measured 2 inches 5 centimeters in length, were packed closely together in a spiraling fashion. Number 4. Narwhal. Explorers and researchers didn't classify the unicorn of the sea as a mythical creature until they thoroughly documented and confirmed the existence of the unusual creature. This relatively small whale, which was 13 feet 4 meters in length, developed a fatal spear on its head due to its physiology. The whale may use this spear for self-defense and in territorial conflicts. In its natural habitat in the Arctic, whales occasionally use this spear to break up the ice. The narwhal's gigantic weapon is actually a modified right canine tooth that bends forward and extends through the animal's forehead. This is a break from the standard of symmetry that is prevalent in the animal kingdom. However, on occasion, the left canine socket of the narwhal may sprout a second tusk, which is sometimes of identical length to the first. The narwhal's jaws are quite peculiar in design, and they do not contain any further teeth. Number 3. Baboon. Baboons are the largest monkeys on the planet, weighing more than 80 pounds 36 kilograms. In spite of the fact that they are around half the size of the majority of people, the fang-like canines of the average baboon can reach a length of 2 inches 5 centimeters, which is even longer than the teeth of the majority of adult lions. Although it may appear that these simian sabers are capable of killing even the most daunting prey, they are more frequently utilized in mating season bouts between rival males. This suggests that sexual selection was the driving force behind the creation of fangs that are far larger than average. However, this does not provide a great deal of comfort to those who venture into baboon territory. Number 2. Hippopotamus. It is possible for the hippopotamus to grow to a length of more than 16 feet 5 meters and put on an enormous weight of 9,000 pounds 4,000 kilograms. Its classification makes it the third most massive terrestrial animal. In addition, the hippopotamus, to avoid the controversial plural, possesses the largest canines of any land species. The hippopotamus boasts the longest teeth of any land animal, shaped like swords and reaching a length of 15 inches 40 centimeters. All things considered, we are dealing with a river monster that is the size of a truck and has fangs that are capable of tearing through 2 people in a single bite. And we were brought up to believe that crocodiles were the most formidable adversaries we faced on the Nile. A hippopotamus partially consumed a tour guide's arm in one of the more notable incidents. The third surprising turn of events is that a DNA study has revealed that these saber-toothed creatures are related to whales, contrary to what was previously believed, which was that they were related to pigs. Number 1. Titan triggerfish. This is one fish that you do not want to come across on a diving excursion because its name suggests that anything is possible. These tropical reef dwellers can reach a length of over 2 feet 60 centimeters, inhabiting relatively shallow seas. It is well known that they will ferociously protect their areas against those who attempt to invade them, including human explorers. Triggerfish teeth are incredibly sharp and powerful, with an almost human-like appearance. Their primary function is to break up coral, which is extremely hard. Triggerfish teeth are straight and exceedingly thin, unlike other teeth. This is a peculiar trait. As a result, they are not only extraordinarily sharp, but they are also exceptionally sturdy and resistant to harm. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting and informative videos.